Hey everyone, Genome here, coming at you from my frosty basement to bring you another unboxing video. And this is an unboxing of an instrument that I've recently ordered, and I'm really excited to get in there. This is none other than a Grote 335 semi-hollow body sunburst guitar. So I am just going to do a quick unboxing of it, and then I'll probably have to do a quick sound check on it later. You're supposed to let these things acclimate for a day or so anyway before you play them. Well, this one sat on my stoop for about, I don't know, 6 hours in about 32 to 35 degree temperature, so I'm hoping it's okay. But we're gonna wait a little bit on that. And I am a little concerned because it doesn't sound incredibly secure in there, so I'm gonna hope for the best. But let's go ahead and get this thing open. All right, well, there appears to be a guitar in here, and it comes with a 90-degree strap, or cable, that would actually focus. It's really thin, feels like a computer cable or anything. There's a couple picks in there though, and it's got a truss rod, so you got that going for it. And I do not believe, well, I know it doesn't believe, but I know it doesn't have a gig bag or anything, so. All right. Yeah, it's, you can't really see it from there, but it needs some packing on the top. So Grote, whoever's doing your packing for you, make sure to let them know to put some packing on the top, because there was definitely some play in there during shipping. Now, if you want to see how to pack a guitar, look at Donner. I've had several of their guitars, and every one of them have been packed great. But we're gonna hope it's okay.
2,000 years later.
All right, well, here it is in all of its glory. Look at this beauty. This is better looking than the picture. It kind of looked like a cherry burst from the picture, but I actually like this better. It's more of a burgundy. It's really dark. It's not coming through in the camera, but it's like a port wine kind of color. But look at this, man. This is a good looking instrument. And we'll get down to fit and finish here shortly, but here's the headstock. Good looking shape. I do like the name and all that. The Grote looks pretty nice up there. Doesn't look too cheesy. Centered pretty well. Some of these imports aren't too good on those sort of things. And the little logo here is not too bad. It's got this kind of iridescent kind of thing to it. Kind of like the 90s comic book foil covers, but whatever. Another good point for this thing. It's got a metal truss rod cover. It was open a little bit when I came in there, but you can feel it. It's definitely... Well, it could be hard plastic, but it feels like metal. Anyway, whatever the case may be, it's a nice touch right here. Let's see on these tuners here. A little bit of play in them. They're no name brands, it's to be expected. But it feels like they're grabbing fine. It's just I mean, this is a budget guitar, you know what I mean? Oh, it's supposed to avoid direct sunlight. So, got the little Grote tag here. Let me get that off. So, it is definitely, it's actually a set-in neck there. It's glued in. And you can see the neck joint there. It's sealed up with the lacquer or whatever at the end. Let's see, got inlays. I'm sure they're plastic. They're not trapezoid if you prefer. But they're there. Might be a bit off center. I don't know how often they're perfectly centered. Some of these look a little more centered than others, but they're there. It looks nice. Probably better than the trapezoids, to be honest with you. You know, all your sight dots are there. And if you'll notice, one really cool thing, other than the amazing looks of this guitar, is wraparound binding on both sides. Look at that. Jack on bottom, which is pretty nice. The binding wrap also goes up the neck here. So very nice as well, matching. Doesn't go up around the headstock like I know some Donner models will go around the headstock, so I don't know though. It might pop a little better just being dark. So I don't know if I really mind that. I actually kind of dig on it. What else? It does have a kind of a gloss finish on the back of the neck, which I'm not huge on. And this is kind of blasphemy, I may actually take some steel wool or something to this to make it a little bit faster. but I'm not really good enough player to make that determination anyway. Here's the back. This is some packing styrofoam that's on here. I don't see any too big of blemishes right now. Just a beautiful, beautiful finish. There is an arch back here, which is nice. And what else? What else? I think there's a film. I know there's a film on the humbucker covers here, so we can take that off and take a look. But actually, it might not be that easy to take off. So you can get a look at those. I'll get the other one afterwards probably. Well, that one wasn't too bad, I guess. I did spot something here that's not great. And I can't tell. I think there's probably a cover. Yeah, on this pick guard. It's a black pick guard, raised, of course. In the middle 333 style. Now, I know there's been some complaints from some of these budget guitars. I know I'm a little close. About like the cleanliness inside of the semi-hollow portion. This is really, really well finished in there. It looks clean, and I really don't think you'll be able to see it. But like, there's no wires hanging around. They're actually all tucked away, really good on this side where most of the cluster is. They're just tucked away back there, and it looks like they're zip tied up. And it looks really nice in there. There's not a bunch of loose sawdust, and it looks well finished in there. Also, there is binding around the F-holes, matching, of course, the outside binding. Very nice touch, and it appears to be decent. I mean, it's not amazing binding, but really for this price point, that's a nice touch they didn't have to do, and it's finished all the way down to the bottom edge. Got clear knobs, tuning knobs and volume on all. Right here. You probably can't see them too well in this light, but trust me, they're clear. They have a good solid feel to them. Pretty smooth action. Don't hear anything grating there. Let's see on the toggle switch. Good solid chunk. I mean, it could be more. They don't put the poker chip there, which I kind of like. It works. Nothing sounds off there or feels off. Let's see. The humbuckers appear to be in good shape. At least the caps do on them. Okay. And man, I can't get over this sunburst. It's so pretty. Yeah, I am very glad this is more on the brown side than the red side for the cherry burst, but I really wanted a sunburst in this model. I want it a little closer to like Beatlesque, you know? And even though they had the more plain Jane ones, this kind of reminds me of that. So yeah, just great sunburst on both sides. I think this guitar is gorgeous. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit gritty frets, but who cares? You can polish that up. I mean, that's to be expected. I'm getting this guitar for oh, yeah, you're probably wanting to know how much a guitar costs, right? Well, the guitar cost me a whopping $159 shipped right here in the US. So if this thing even sounds remotely decent, what a bargain this is. Now let me look at the finish, see if I can find any overt flaws real fast. Maybe a little scuff right there. No, looks like it's coming out. But yeah, there is something pretty off on the finish here. I'll show you that in just a second. Neck looks solid, clean. Nothing jumping out on me in the back. And honestly, the binding looks pretty good. You're not going to put a magnifying glass on the guitar at this price point. Because yeah, you'll find stuff, and I guarantee you'll find stuff if you look hard enough on a Fender or Gibson out of the factory too. So this guitar looks really, really nice in the fit and finish. Let's see. Hardware seems solid enough. Bridge and the tail and all seems good. Nothing loose. Okay, nice. Who knows anything about the strings? The fretboard, I don't know if it's rosewood or Indian laurel, whatever they're calling this stuff nowadays. It actually doesn't look too thirsty, to be honest with you. I mean, maybe I can throw some lemon oil on there if I really get, you know, crazy on it, but I don't know. I don't think it's too bad. Let me see if I can get anything on my fingers here. Nothing on my fingers. That's good. So no compounds are in there. Okay, so fit and finish problem. I found think there's some rubbing compound there. But, okay, you had to find something, right? Let's see if this will focus in. Right here in the neck, it's very unfinished right down there. You can see the base wood at the bottom. It's like, it's not complete here. So there should have been paint on the end at the bottom where the neck meets up with the body. It's not finished there. You would never really notice it unless you're looking for it, but it's there. It's kind of looks like compressed, not corrugated cardboard, but it's like that compressed fiber wood that you can get on desk or something, desk covers. So, so there's one ding. Okay, so let me take a look at these frets. Oh, the nut, actually, gonna be a plastic nut, of course. Sits pretty nice and flush. Maybe a little bit of overhang over here with the end of the fretboard, but looks like it's well cut. So that's kind of nice. Okay, and I really like that truss rod cover. That is very nice touch. At this price point, they definitely did not need to do that. So that's a very nice touch. Okay, there's a little bit, I can feel the frets a little bit coming out on some of these. So a sanding sponge might be the order of the day. Nothing that's like grabbing me though, you know. But if you were to put like a nylon on yourself, you'd probably get a little bit of grab on some of these. But it's pretty minute. It's not going to cut you or anything. If you're bending like a madman. Now the edge is not really rolled over very much, so it's kind of a, I hate to use the word sharp, but it's a sharper edge right here onto the fretboard. So whether that's your thing or not, I don't know. I don't really see it being too bothersome, but you know, if you are up and down the neck a lot, that might be something to consider. At least up in the high. But yeah, are you really playing the low E's and all that a whole ton when you're on this guitar, you know? But yeah, it doesn't feel too bad. Honestly, it doesn't feel bad. And it just feels nice and smooth, not feeling any irregularities or anything. The headstock, like I said, looks really good. Can't even see the scarf joint. It's covered up with the paint or whatever, but Grote since 1999. Got your Made in China sticker, of course. I don't know, man. This is just such an attractive guitar. I really hope it sounds good. I'm so excited. I am most impressed not only with the fit and finish of this thing, but just inside the F-holes here. It's really good. I mean, like I said, there's some bad binding right here, you know, where it shows through a tiny bit. But the fact that it's even done at all is pretty impressive on a guitar that was $160. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we'll have to get this thing tuned up probably tomorrow, and maybe we'll hit a few chords on it. I am no guitar player, man. I'm still learning my stuff, so don't expect any big notes, but I'll hit a couple of chords for you here just to get an idea of its tone. But I'm really, really pleased so far anyway with how this guitar at least looks and feels. Other than that minor ding right there at the base of the neck, I think this thing is it's going to be real good. So yeah, I don't know if I missed anything there. This probably drug on way too long, but there it is once more time. The Grote 335 Sunburst, or at least 335 wannabe, and it's gorgeous. So, all right, so we'll get to the sound test here shortly. All right, everyone, we are back, and we've got done with the unboxing, and so far so good. Had a very good experience with the initial unboxing. Thought the fit and finish was pretty excellent for a guitar at this price point. Now, for the real nuts and bolts here, I know you're going to want to know how it sounds. Well, in order to do that some kind of justice, I actually brought someone who can play, so he can give you a much better idea. This is James from Relative Obscurity band that's local around here. James, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
And he's very original, too.
Oh, that's sarcasm. That is awesome.
And James here is the frontman for Relative Obscurity, a band of some local renown, as we said. So, James, you want to plug your band before we get started?
Sure. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/therelativeobscurity. We're based out of Charleston, West Virginia, but we play all over. And yeah, we're working on a new album. So hopefully that'll be out soon, sometime soon this year, and then we'll start doing all kinds of good rock shows to promote the album. So check us out. We're also on YouTube, and I'm
You're on
sure,
Instagram too, right?
Yeah, we have an Instagram as well. So it's Relative Obscurity.
And what kind of music do y'all play?
Oh yeah, I guess that would be good to tell. We are primarily a heavy metal / hard rock band. We dabble in a lot of different things, and then sometimes we even play classic rock cover shows. Just as a way to have a little extra fun. So yeah, good times.
All right, great. So he's going to try this axe out for us, and he's just going to play a few things at his choice at random here. And at the end, I'll let him give you his opinion, a much more learned opinion than mine. Just to let you know, this Grote 335, the only thing I've done to it is, actually just Games gave it a tune, but I replaced the strings last night with some Didarios. These are 10 gauge, but other than that, this thing is bone stock. And we'll be playing through a little 15-watt Fender practice amp. We'll do a little dirt later on, some gain, but for now we'll just play clean and enjoy.
And as always, when it comes to genomes and James coming on the Genome Show, it's brought to you by Dr. Pepper and Cream Soda. It is a very tasty beverage.
This is a tasty beverage. All right, well, hit us with what you got.
All right, well, one thing I like about this guitar is anytime I'm playing a hollow body, which doesn't happen very often, mind you, I'm always drawn to some of the older songs that I will sometimes play. So, you might play a little like... something there. I just tuned it, but yeah. So I play that and maybe a little bit of, like it's your G string. It's always the G string. Always. So that's why it just, for some reason, that's what always comes to mind is, Beatles, The Ventures, just that old 60s sound, getting into the early 70s sound, that's comes to mind anytime I play. We'll check some of the different pickups here.
Now, you were on the bridge pickup before, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We got a nice, that's a nice sound, man.
Are you on the neck now? I can't see.
So one thing I'm hearing is a little bit of, the strings are in tune, but just a little bit of where they're new, a little, might even need a little tweak of the neck. But overall, that's a great sound.
It hasn't been intonated yet either, so.
Right, yeah, right. That's what I was going to say. Very nice sound. Put it in, and I crank everything. I'm not. He lied when he told you that I had that I was really good at this, because I'm not. I just do what I know will help me, and I crank everything because that's typically the style of music that I play. But you want to crank some?
All right, so we're going to throw some gain on. Now, watch your volume on this because it tends to get loud. Now, just let you guys know, hollow bodies don't deal with distortion too well.
So if you get some feedback, it's kind of
which
the instrument.
Ted Nugent, if you're a Nuge fan, he used to get extremely good feedback, and was able to use it. So it works really well in that sense. But well, in honor of that. You got that good classic tone is what I think of when I hear that. It's not a metal tone or anything, but it's a great classic rock type of tone that yeah, man, I mean, it rocks. So if you want to play some blues, you can do it.
You play whatever you want. Wish I could give you some reverb, and I would. You can play some surf guitar for us, but
Yeah, right. Well,
you'd probably be pretty good at that. But
I was a pretty big Ventures fan.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like Pipeline and Walk Don't Run and
I can throw some Dick Dale on there for you if you
stuff
like.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I mean, and that's the thing is, everybody thinks, oh well, metal guys don't listen to that. There's super awesome guitar work in all that stuff, and if you bring that in, and any of those guys that are out there playing hard rock and metal now, chances are, if they weren't influenced directly by that, it was passed down to them, and they may not even know it. So, but yeah, Dick Dale was unbelievable. So I really like the tone. It's going to be a beast when it is intonated. So one thing that I was going to say, you got to clean it too. I'll call you out on your show.
Pick. Yeah.
So I'd never heard of Grote. Never heard of it until I was invited over to try it out. I will say, you mentioned how'd you say, lower line? Is that the words you used?
What do you mean?
In the price range. You said
Yeah.
price range. Okay.
This cost $170 shipped.
$170. Okay. So, the thing is, don't ever look at price points. Now, I'm sure there's a million. Okay, you don't have that many viewers.
No.
Let's be honest here. But out of the, I'm sure there's at least hundreds. We'll say at least hundreds, maybe some thousands.
Seems feasible.
Right. That's what Dr. Pepper, cream soda.
Brought to you by
Sponsor,
in the future.
Yeah. Sponsor Gino. I'm sure when I say this, there's going to be 1,000 guitarists out there watching this that are going to scream at me and say you're a fool, you know nothing, you're talking out your rear end, whatever. But I will die on the hill that it doesn't matter what the price point is. It doesn't matter whether it's a $179 Grote or a $2,000 Gibson. It does not matter. When you get it set up the way you like it and it works for you, That's all that matters. And you asked me earlier about what type of guitars I normally play, and I'm not a loyalist. My go-to guitars right now, I do totally love. I have a Dean Dave Mustaine Flying V, which is like that's my metal baby right there. And we recently, in relative obscurity, got into using 7-string guitars as well. So I use a PRS 7-string, and the 7-string is actually my most expensive guitar, and it was a grand.
I'd buy that for $1.
Okay, so I have played to 3 people with a $1,000 guitar, and I've played to 3,000, 4,000 people with a $100 out of the box, like bought $100 Dean Vendetta guitar.
I have wined and dined with kings and queens, and I've slept in alleys and dined on pork and beans.
And played to a large, several thousand people crowd. And so it really does not matter. And again, I'll die on that hill. If you find what you enjoy playing, and this plays very well, so you're going to have a lot of fun with this. And when you find what you like, and you're out there doing what you love, it doesn't matter. So if anyone tells you any different, don't listen to them.
All right, so who's this guitar for? Is this a good beginner's guitar?
Oh, it's certainly a good beginner's guitar. I'm thinking about stealing this after the show to give to my son. My son is, trying to get interested in guitar. He's 12, and he didn't want to wait till he was 46 to learn. So, I may steal it for him. But it's certainly a great beginner guitar. But I also don't want to say that that's all it's good for either, because I think that when you get this thing set up, and then you're going to be able to play with your sound, get different amps, try out different things. It's going to be awesome. So I would maybe I'll end up using this, in one of our shows.
It'd be fun to see it in the gig, get live.
Don't think I won't do it.
Do me a favor, all your volume's off, right?
Yes.
I'm going to show you another perk to this hollow body style. Let's go ahead and strum something and play a little something for us. See, this is another thing I think that makes it an excellent beginner's and practice guitar, because you don't need an amp. You can learn and hear it just fine. It's not as loud as an acoustic, of course, but you can still hear it just fine and get all your tone out of there. I think it's another great perk, so you can practice at night or whatever. If you got a house full of people, or if someone's watching TV next room, you can still practice without blowing.
Or your wife
out.
Just thinks you suck.
Or that too. Yeah,
I
don't want her to hear.
That. My wife still thinks I suck, which I do, but she thinks I suck worse than I actually do suck. So
it's the knowing that makes it better, though. So
well, knowing's half the battle.
Another product placement there. I'm sure we'll get Hasbro to sponsor us. So, any closing thoughts on the guitar?
I really dig it.
Were you surprised?
I was, yes. Like I said, I don't get to play hollow. I don't own any hollow bodies, and so when the opportunity comes up to play one, I'm like, yeah. And I was really surprised at how good it felt. It sounded. I mean, it plays really well. Now that my fingers are starting to warm up in this frigid climate down here in the man cave.
It's cold.
Yeah, my fingers were kind of cold, but it sounds really good. I really like it, man.
All right, well, awesome. Well, any further plugs you want to do for the band before we get out of here?
Just that if you happen to be in West Virginia or in the West Virginia area or coming through West Virginia at any point, see if we're playing local. If you're in the surrounding states, catch us when we're out there. And if you're not anywhere near, well, check us out on like I said, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and we are actually working on some really cool ideas for more stuff and a new album coming out. We've released 3 albums independently already, and once the 4th one is complete, we're going to unleash them all on the world on all streaming platforms.
Unleash the Kraken. I like it.
Yeah. Well, because we've kind of we're very old school, and so we loved the concept of CDs and artwork and all of that. And we did that with the first 3, selling them at shows, selling them in other ways to be able to sell actual CDs. Well, things have kind of changed with the business, and we've kind of milked that for as much as we can. So now, even though we're not going to make any money off of streaming, we are going to go with all streaming platforms and release them all at once as a big hello to everybody that may not have ever heard from us. So relative obscurity, and like I said, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, relative obscurity, and we are from West Virginia, and that's all I got to say about that. Right?
Excellent. All right. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming up and helping out with this video. I really wanted to shoot it. In my heart, I knew this was a good guitar, but I wanted to give you a more learned answer to that, other than just my being a fanboy. But you can see its beauty right now. I think it's a gorgeous guitar too for the price point. The finish was actually pretty good.
Oh no, yeah, it's a great guitar
with the binding and all that too. So I kind of may mention that in the unboxing, but
I would hang this on my wall. It's pretty.
I'm gonna have to watch this guy. He's gonna walk out here with it.
I will steal this.
But I did find it easier to play than the Strato or the Telecaster I got sitting back there. So
well, it's always better in a Telecaster.
He's not a Tele guy. But anyway, this got pretty long on us. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. But yes, $170. It gets Genome thumbs up.
Where do they buy this?
Got it on Amazon is where I got it. Okay. So I don't know if they have a... You can do it direct, but I think you usually save some money by going through Amazon, like 20 bucks or something like that. Maybe on eBay too. I didn't check eBay. But I got mine off Amazon, 170 bucks. It was on Cyber Monday, so the prices may have gone up. Like that base, when I showed it to you, I got 150. It's now 222 since I released that video. So I'm gonna say I made an artificial run. But anyway, there it is, 170 bucks on Amazon. I don't think you could do too badly with it. And Grote's been around since 1989. Proudly, it's inside the hollow body. You'll see the.
Okay. I see it now, yeah.
But anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Genome and James and the Grote signing out.
I am Grote.